United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Councilmember Brouillard?
Yes.
Councilmember Carr?
Yes.
Councilmember Rico?
Yes.
Councilmember Wells?
Yes.
Mayor O'Neill?
Yes.
First item on the consent agenda is resolution 17031. Oh, I'm sorry, approval of minutes. Approval of minutes from January 18th, 2017.
I'll make the motion. I'll second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Brouillard?
Yes.
Councilmember Carr?
Yes.
Councilmember Wells?
Yes.
Mayor O'Neill?
Yes.
Minutes approved.
Councilwoman
Yeah.
Rico.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Councilmember Diarito?
Yes.
You want to read the resolution before we have the public comment?
Yeah, we can open that up to the consent agenda if anybody has any questions on it.
Consent agenda?
Huh? Consent agenda, yes, sir.
Emergency contract with Kylie is for
That just came on. That's gonna get tabled. I haven't seen that until right now. I'm gonna suggest that get tabled, but I haven't seen it.
I mean, what was it for, basically?
The paving work that was done.
Paving on
Title doesn't match.
these 5 streets or 6 streets.
Rick, if I can offer, if you let Brian maybe explain that, and ease your mind on it, it was for emergency situations. We all.
Well, that's what the debate is, and I'd like to talk to Brian about that before we do that. Because to me, it wasn't an emergency, it'd be hard to prove to me that it was, so I'd rather talk to Brian about that. That's all. Read it. This isn't right.
No, it's the wrong title.
This is talking about the Kylie, and this is on the top of the Valley Street.
Yeah,
Post.
that was the
Title
title.
doesn't match.
No. Like I said, this is-
I'm confused.
You are confused, that's fine. One is for the Valley Street Pump Station, but there's no literature to it. The other has no title, but the literature is to the.
Oh, if it's for the Valley Street Pump Station, I'm sorry I brought it up.
It's not.
But it's not.
It's not. It's related
It's
to
a
emergency.
typo.
You guys are trying to snooker me. I'm on to you now, Mr. Kagan.
No, it's related to emergency road work in the area of Park.
The table is till we get this straight. Anything else on the consent? No, seeing none, close the public portion.
I'll offer the consent. I'll second.
Just to clarify, R 17031 is appointing a member of the Environmental Commission, if there is a member or not. So first resolution is 1731, which is appointing a member of the Environmental Commission as a vacancy.
And that's not on the agenda, but it's.
It is on the agenda. The first
Not-
item, 1731.
Oh, on the new one?
Yeah, it's on.
Okay.
Rick, yeah.
No, I got it. There's something with the table. I don't have that one, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's on in front of you. Oh, it's not the one in front of you.
No. I started 32.
There was no one that sent him a form that expressed interest in being on the environmental commission?
I guess we would table that.
If you want to table it, or if you want to, Mayor, if you want to appoint somebody, or if you want to just find, if you don't have anyone that's expressed an interest yet, we can ask again for volunteers.
Maybe we can get Mr. Frank to get some
We don't have anybody at this time.
Right.
Not for environmental.
There's one vacancy and it's a 3-year term.
Okay.
And I would make a motion, we don't bring it back till we get an actual person that wants to fill it.
So who moved the motion to table?
Right. You made a motion to table?
I will.
And a second?
I'll second it.
That has been tabled indefinitely. Well, it's 17, 051.
I think roll call needs to be taken on that, on a record vote, no, it should not be tabled. It should be voted on and approved. I don't know what the procedure is on that.
What can you vote on it?
Yes, there's, no one's sent in a form.
No, he's talking about 51.
17,051.
It's only about 051.
Which is for the emergency repair on Snug Harbor paving that was done. This is a bill that was approved, and I don't think it's necessary for us to table it.
Sure it is.
No,
You have a title that has no explanation to it. It doesn't get any more voters than that.
Mayor, I apologize,
Yeah.
but the title was my mistake.
That's okay.
And
That's okay.
it was discussed previously that the title will be correct.
The body of the resolution is correct.
Do we have certified tables on this job?
It's all vetted out properly legally via.
Do we have the engineer's report on it that the
Yes.
job is actually done right?
Yes, I believe so.
I don't believe so.
I'm offering it to be voted on and approved. I have a second motion or no?
But it's already been
No.
tabled.
It's already been done.
Well, then why did we have to vote to table the first motion? I'm confused.
You
here.
didn't
I'm following
vote.
the procedures here.
The procedure to table is a motion and a second.
There was no second to tabling 17,051. Not that I'm aware of.
I'll move the table it again.
I'll second it.
What do you even think you're doing, Doug?
Because I was involved with it and it was fully vetted out, I think before you were even on
It
government.
might have been.
Yes,
Might
and
have
in
been.
my opinion, it was vetted out properly and fitted out properly and needs to be paid. Now we're gonna be subject to potential late payment fines, and I don't think it's necessary.
I haven't seen the engineer's
Maybe
report
you
that this job is done. And I was with the QPA last night and she didn't have it. I was with the engineer last night and he didn't have it. I was with the CFO last night and he didn't have it. So until I see what was actually done, I'm not buying it, I'm not paying for it. And you'd be out of your mind to do that. Because that job and what the engineer's report comes back on it affects the whole Valley Street drainage problem.
This has nothing to do with Valley Street, sir.
It does have it, what's it say here? It's Valley
Did you not
Street.
hear
The
Dwayne
Valley
say,
Street pump
did
station.
not Dwayne say he made an error by labeling it Valley Street Pump Station? Dwayne, did you not say that?
Then what do you wanna vote on? That Kylie paid it? What are you looking to pay?
It's paying for Snug Harbor, the paving of the streets down in Snug Harbor, it has nothing to do with Valley Street. Has nothing to
It
do.
says right on top Valley Street.
Dwayne, could you please explain to the mayor?
I understand what Dwayne says.
There's
And
a
it's told
typo
we get a
mistake.
resolution for both of those items, and we have the backup paperwork for it, I am not gonna move it. That's how it is, Doug.
But just for clarity from a purchasing standpoint, I believe that this contract had already been awarded to the vendor. The work had already been completed, and you were enacting the emergency resolution to be compliant with the laws as far as public contracting goes. Otherwise, you had issued a $139,000 contract outside of the bidding law.
Right, and that's
Just
what I
a-
believe exactly what was done, Dwayne, that's what I believe was done. There was no emergency to pave those streets here. Let's settle that first before we pay any bill, in my opinion.
Resolution number 032 calls for 2 names to be appointed to the Recreation Committee.
No, this,
No, no, that should
No.
be taken off. That was
that's the old,
inadvertently put on as the original one. So 1703 should be taken off.
So resolution 17045 is appointing members to the Green Team due to a vacancy.
That's because Jen Strell has expressed that she can no longer serve, and Diane Knox has expressed an interest in replacing her spot.
Anybody want to make that motion?
I will.
Second,
I'll second.
roll call.
Councilmember Brian,
Yes.
Councilmember Carr,
Yes.
Councilmember Diorigo,
Yes.
Councilmember Wells,
Yes.
and Mayor Williams.
Yes.
Resolution 046 is authorizing the Highlands Green Team to submit grants to Sustainable New Jersey. Resolution 047 is appointing communications operators for the Highlands Police Department. 1 full-time, Mr. James Trivett, and 2 part-times, Mr. Dylan Vargas and Ms. Laura Hamilton.
And there were vacancies created by the resignation of a full-time and a part-time communications operator.
Resolution 048 is amending the appointment of the municipal attorney who has changed firms. And this is just cleaning house in that avenue. Resolution 049 is appointing a member to the Recreation Committee.
That individual is Diane Knox.
Yes.
Resolution 050 is the payment of bills in the amount of $1,626,120.59.
Does that include the $139,000?
It shouldn't, correct. What I would get.
Wait, is that mean,
Where's that in?
is that include?
We have the committee listing.
I think we need to put this resolution to paper.
No, it does not include that.
I don't believe that it
Okay.
includes that.
Anybody else make that all?
I'll offer it.
I'll second. I'm sorry.
Roll call.
Councilmember Brian,
Yes.
Councilmember Carr,
Yes.
Councilmember Diorigo,
Yes.
Councilmember Wells,
Yes.
Mayor Williams.
Yes.
Consent agenda items have been placed. As noted. Next is ordinance 1702 for public hearing and possible adoption. It's an ordinance to amend chapter 2 of the Borough Code in order to establish the Borough Highlands Green Team Advisory Committee.
Just to explain this a little, what we're doing is we're making the green team a more formal and a permanent committee. It's more advantageous to us
Okay, I'm sorry.
for a number of different reasons. In that, we're seeing in a better light with Sustainable Jersey, it'll help us get more points. And then we don't have to keep on reestablishing the committee every time. It'll be a permanent committee. And it will be structured very like how the environmental commission is structured with 3-year terms of varying lengths for each term. So with that, unless there's any questions from Tina, perhaps? No? I'd like to offer it.
Public hearing.
Is there a second?
Mayor Nolan, Mayor O'Neill.
Councilmember Breon,
Yes.
Councilmember Carr,
Yes.
Councilmember Diarito,
Yes.
Councilmember Wells,
Yes.
and Mayor O'Neill.
Yes.
This ordinance has been properly introduced and will have a public hearing on February 15th. And next one on the list is ordinance 17-03, which is a capital ordinance providing $300,000 appropriation for various capital improvements in the borough of Highlands.
This is related to the open space grant, under $50,000, that I can explain further if you want.
$150,000 of county grant, correct?
Yes. Yep, county grant,
150,000.
and it's 150 million from us, yeah. I'll offer it.
Councilmember Breon,
Yes.
Councilmember Carr,
Yes.
Councilmember Diarito,
Yes,
Councilmember Wells,
Yes.
and Mayor O'Neill. And ordinance number 3 is properly been adopted.
Introduced for public hearing February 15th.
I do, Mr. Carr,
What's that?
appointment to finance.
I'll be honest with you, I don't even know why we have the finance committee. It was suited the purpose. A couple meetings I went to, I would offer that we dissolve it. And allow Pat, you, Rick, and Brian Gagan work on the budget effectively. I think the skill set of the three of you, and input from this governing body, those people in the community that know how to help with that, you know how to reach out to them. I really don't see it, but it was a good meeting, but it wasn't really suited the purpose. I think I was getting in the way of you guys being able to do the job. So I'd offer to the table to dissolve it.
All the second.
I'll vote for it.
Councilmember Carr moved to second.
I did.
Councilmember Breon,
I've never gone to one of these meetings, so I can't really, I don't know, all I know is that the committee as all advisory committees are, supposed to be residents giving us input. And I wouldn't wanna be, dissolving something that residents are giving us input. But people, I guess in this day and age, have enough input via various different ways, so if it's, I mean, they're your committees, so if you want to disband them, I won't vote against it, so I'll vote yes.
Councilmember Carr,
Before I cast my vote, and really, it's the same thing. We have good people in the audience, and they know who they are. Don't reach out to Pat, he knows who I'm talking about, and Rick, the same thing. They're in tune with, and Brian's been made aware of those people. They're in tune with who's going on. If anybody else steps up to the plate and communicates with us, we're not saying no. I think it's just Becky, you've said it in a minute. It just is roundtable discussion going nowhere fast. And, yeah, so I vote yes to the vote.
Councilmember Diarito,
Yes.
Councilmember Wells,
Yes.
and Mayor O'Neill.
Yes.
And the motion has been passed. Committee reports.
Committee reports.
These are, a lot of these are not correct, so I'll just do my reports. And we'll start with we've only had one meeting so far with the green team, but we're continuing to work with both communications and environmental to get a flyer out, which will give out information not just on recycling, but trash, other public information. We're going to try to get that out for the first quarter of this year. Separately, through the borough, we're also working on having that type of information and more, and putting out a borough calendar that will have just a lot of handy information. It's right there on the calendar. You can look at it and see when meeting dates are, when your bulk trash is, when brush pickup days are, as well as all the regular meeting dates for both committees, council, and sport. Both the mailer and portions of the calendar are going to be funded under clean communities, as well as some of the grants that we're working on right now. And if anybody wants to come to a Green Team meeting, it's the fourth Tuesday of every month. On to communications, as I mentioned.
Before you go on that,
Yep, go ahead.
what is that?
What is?
It wasn't a Greek team last time I was involved.
Mhm.
So what is that? We got an award, I think, right?
Yes, yes. We got certification from Sustainable Jersey, which is a nonprofit organization that is not funded by any governments. It's all funded by pretty much large corporations, like PSE&G, First Energy, the water company. And what they do is they give municipalities and also schools, which I'm also on the Hudson, the Highlands Elementary School Green Team as well, to help them get their certification, and they can start applying for grants as well.
So that's what
And
it is,
so
basically.
it's all basically getting points to get accredited for having sustainable and resiliency initiatives in the town, like things like even our stormwater management programs, us finally finishing the master plan, all of these things gain you credits, and the more credits you get kind of a higher level, and you can apply for new and better grants. The two grants that we're looking at right now, like for funding the flyer, and part of the calendar is a $2,000 grant, which just, it's a small grant, but it's better $2,000 coming from a grant than coming out of taxpayer dollars. And then there's another $20,000 grant that we're looking on to do a sustainable, not sustainable, but innovative community project. And these projects could be anything from educational, sport or resiliency, planting a rain garden, or doing things with.
So it does have something to do with environmental stuff.
Yes.
For green, but it has a lot to do with other things too.
Exactly.
Oh,
And it's
okay.
things that we're already doing, so we may as well get credit for it and get some grant money to pay
Okay.
for it. Okay?
I had no idea really. I thought it was more like I'm doing a job at Princeton University and they're put a special roof on it. Now they're planting the roof.
Right.
Trees, grasses and stuff. I thought it was more local things like growing things, planting things.
It is that as well.
Okay.
It's also fostering the arts in the community, health and wellness for youth through seniors. It's a lot of different programs that's all geared towards making people healthier, a healthier way of going about things, and keeping our communities as sustainable as we can.
I didn't want to be asked about it and not have an answer. I just thought it was something else. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Everybody else understand? Probably just me, I guess. Okay.
I'm sure there's others. For communications, we're actually getting in the process. One of our members got about 5 different quotes to get this letter out there. So hopefully, actually got some really good quotes too. So we'll get that. We're also working on revising, having it come back for the newsletters. A lot of people like that quarterly. We'll see if we can get that back up and running. We haven't had our meeting yet because it's the first Tuesday of the month right here. If anybody would like to join us. And then we go to Shade Tree, which has not met in, Chris, how many years? A lot. Okay, so for the first time in a long time. Exactly. We will have our first meeting, that's the third Tuesday.
And it still hasn't met.
And what hasn't met, there hasn't been a third Tuesday yet, since we got everybody saying what dates were good and what's not. And that's all about trees and shrubbery that's in town, and what we should be planting, what we should not be planting, things we should be getting rid of, like those terrible locust trees, and replacing them with native New Jersey plants that are more resilient. flooding, and that would better stabilize the bill. And that's all for me.
Thank you. My turn, I guess.
Okay.
Substandard housing, really don't want to comment to that because I have to be careful. I still have to, I've been working with Mr. Mercado about that. I believe there's 2 or 3 homes slated right now to be demoed. But again, legality of that, I have to be careful, but he is moving in the right direction. I'm with 2 residents that Arnie and Katie Reed expressed, meeting with Mr. Mercado and working with him on that, but we have to be careful there, but moving in the right direction aggressively. Tied into code enforcement, there's this premise that if you don't show up to court, you're not held accountable to your actions, using the excuse of the dog ate the mail or whatever. As we know, I have zero tolerance. We have Dan Mercado, full-time code enforcement officer. He's doing his job. Those property owners that think they can get away with looking a blind eye and not getting caught are over with. Mr. Mercado is doing a great job moving forward with that. I do need help with the land use board because they changed the schedule. Please correct me if I'm wrong, Chris. It's the second Wednesday.
Starting in March.
March. Right. I'm not going to be able to make the March one. So if Claudette or anybody else would love to go on my behalf, that's fine. They approved the master plan. It's been sent out to, I believe, the county for review. I believe as a sitting council member, I think there was the land use board that did a service to this community. I'll quote one of the members saying, "I really don't care." I paraphrase what he said. I really don't care what the people think. I don't care if the town gets sued. This is how I'm voting. The subcommittee for the land use board associated with the master plan did an outstanding job. They did due diligence. They involved all the stakeholders. The master plan in its whole is about 95% correct. It's that last 5% that I suspect we're going to find ourselves in some legal battles. And it's a shame. I think that's about it. The master plan, yeah, it had to be done because of the grant.
27
to 27 for the grant to fund $50,000 reimbursement. Just so it's important to everybody, everybody knows that the master plan in a whole, like I said, 95% was great. I think it's moving in the right direction. There's some great ideas in there, but there's one stigmatism of it, and I don't think this is the time and place to go over it. But it's going to put us in a legal risk, high legal risk, of being sued. And it's a shame. I believe that's it. Thank you.
Parks and Recreation had their first meeting last Monday during the bad weather. I tasked the group with an assignment and waiting for their answers and results on that assignment that I kind of tasked them with. And we'll be discussing that at the second meeting, which will be this Monday, actually. And then I'll come back with a report on that. But I would like to talk about open space a little bit. This Thursday is our first open space meeting, and we have a woman coming in that Doug Whitman, one of our members, brought to our attention. Her name is Maggie Strucker. It is the Pocket Meadow Initiative, and what they do is they come in and, as her pamphlet states, thanks to a grant program and generous donation, we will provide introductory consultation with your team, site visits and survey recommendations, planting design for approximately 200 square feet of an area, the native plants chosen specifically for each site, initial supervision on planting day, and a long-term maintenance plan. So basically, they do everything soup to nuts, and the only thing that we have to do is plant. So she will be coming in tomorrow night to discuss this with us, along with Mr. Lubner, Dale Lubner, coming in to discuss one of the sites that we are looking at to possibly do this at, and whether it's going to be a viable solution to that site, as well as talking about where we are with our grant and how we're going to move forward with the backup. So open space is tomorrow night. If anybody wants to come, it's an open meeting, so please feel free.
Have you reached out to the
7 o'clock
garden
here.
club? Have you reached out to the garden club in that meeting?
This actually was brought to their attention back in the spring, but it kind of languished in a lot of different areas because so much was going on. So one of the open space members took it upon himself and contacted her, and she's available to come. So, uh,
For this month, actually, for the Board of Ed, they did not hold the Student of the Month because it was also in the midst of the nor'easter, which I think we all had meetings still that night, came in, put our pants up and came in. I will say probably the most recognized things for the Board of Ed was probably Peter Pan, the play that was done last Friday. It really was phenomenal, and Robbie, you were there, right? There was a tremendous amount of kids and support. It sold out. I think there was over 300 tickets sold or whatever. It really was tremendous. The kids did a great job. My kid didn't come out from behind the curtain because he did it in the afternoon. So that's okay. It is next year. But it was a great play. All the parents that participated did a great job. The PBA was up there selling snacks in the concession stand. I will give kudos to my sister-in-law Jackie Kane. She did pretty much the production work, and it was a lot of work. I mean, I don't think I would have had the patience or the time to do it, and she did a fantastic job. So I know everybody's kind of looking for the next one already, and she's like, next year, next year. So it was really great. Under Public Works, last night, myself, Mayor O'Neill, Pat Blasio, Kim Gonzalez, and Dale Lubner met, and we had a really great meeting, and it actually didn't get over till almost 11 last night. It was probably a quarter to 11. So we haven't really put all of this into a format yet of matching up capital improvements to bond ordinances. So we have it, just a matter of now marrying it together. We had a lot of great discussions over what are still viable projects, what may not be viable projects, what should come off the books, and what we're going to do is put this all in a format to present it to the governing body. And then when it comes to the flood mitigation projects, we're going to have that as a special presentation. Hopefully at the next meeting, we've tasked Dale with having that ready, and hopefully we're all on board with the same understanding of which ones should come in the pecking order of first, second, and third, and hopefully being able to see some sort of, shovel in the ground or something by the spring, because, as you look through the numbers and the numbers reflect, the years, 11, 12, 9, those are the years that these things, some of them have started. We need to start prioritizing, getting them done, getting money off the books, and making a difference. So I think it was a very, very good meeting. I think, Mayor O'Neill, if you want to.
No, you summed it up.
It was.
We had a good meeting last night.
It was worth it. It was worth being almost 11 o'clock, and we just kept saying, okay, well, we're not going to stop till we get to this row. There's going to be a piece of blue ink on everything, and we're going to kind of have a direction. And Dale even had jobs, lined out even for road paving and how we can handle some of the roads that need some special attention. So just need to have a little patience. We're going to firm it up and then present it, obviously, to the governing body ahead of time, and then we'll have a presentation for the public and give a clear and concise direction to Dale, which one's going when, and move forward. So it was very good. That's it for me.
All right, I have public safety. I have a 4-page report from the chief. I don't know if you'd like to highlight any of it here yourself specifically, but I'll give you a summation of it. Total calls for service 671, arrests 15 adults, 0 juveniles, which is good. Summons total 75, moving violations 28, non-moving 22, DWI 4, borough ordinances 21. I see this will be posted on the website.
Yes.
So everybody, so I won't wait with, but if you'd like to bring anything that's focused.
One thing the mayor asked us to facilitate a educational presentation on the abuse of heroin, opioids, prescriptions, and so forth. So we will be having a presentation at Henry Hudson High School on March 9th, 7 o'clock. It'll be given by Monmouth County Prosecutor's Office we give these presentations all over the county and schools and the public and so forth.
I
So-
know business partnership, I think you're involved in that also. Okay, I would encourage everybody to get somebody out, even if you get one person out, you gain yourself, that's 2 people. This is a big thing, not only in Highlands, but in every place in Monmouth County, this state, and probably this country.
Yes, the prosecutor's office is putting together a flyer. As soon as I get that, hopefully by the end of the week, I'll send it to the governing body, we'll put it out on our Facebook, and we'll send it to Land, and see if I can Middletown all over the place.
So if we can get a good turnout at the school, not only of the kids, but of middle-aged adults and guys older than that, like myself, you know, to just have a heads up on what's going on, be able to identify things maybe, it'll all help. It's a crisis, and sooner or later, it affects everybody.
And we did have, last month, another Narcan appointment, an average in probably 1 month.
1 month here,
Well, maybe not 1 month, but yeah, it's been pretty steady.
1 every couple months is too much, so,
Sure is.
you know. Public questions? Chris?
I have 2 quick ones. I agree with Doug that the budget committee at this point was kind of getting counterproductive. As a focus, we were drilling down into the weeds, and I think the, Pat and Mr. Gagan, that's their budget. They don't need us to count pencils, so. But having said that, I think the council still has an obligation to create some goals that, for a budget going forward. I mean, that doesn't, you have more knowledge of what you want done and the manpower levels and all that big picture stuff, that as a council, the budget committee may not be meeting with the citizens, but within the council, there has to be some direction given to Mr. Gagan. What is the budget? It was 7.3, and then so now we want to allow it to increase, we want it to decrease. That kind of direction has to come from you guys.
Right. And I met with Mr. de Blasio on it. I'm just getting my feet back in the
No,
water.
I
It's been a
understand.
while, so I'd like to get a little bit more informed on it, find out exactly where we're at.
Right.
You know.
The second thing is, what is the status of the Valley Street pump? Is it, I haven't seen pumping services, is it in automatic? And they,
No, we have to get a contract with them to come out and take a look at it.
Right.
I had them out a few months ago, and they had certain recommendations, so.
I mean, because we were kind of in a bind with the storm coming.
That would work.
Well,
I
there
haven't
was
checked.
water on the street, that's a problem. But that's a separate issue. At this point, we
What needs to
really
be
should.
done?
Huh?
It doesn't work on automatic?
I think it can, but at
I'm
this
sure
point,
it
it's
can.
not.
Okay. So we'll have pumping service look into that. That's what you plan on, right, Brian?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to get it. There was no service contract in place for it, and until the repairs were made, they wanted no part of it.
I understand that. See, it was a thorough service for years, you know that.
Oh, yeah, and
You know, Mike,
you know,
and-
I don't want to I don't want to interject myself. At this point, until we can say the pump is sitting there and it's in automatic and the town is protected, there's still work to get done.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's all, thank you.
Okay, anyone else in the audience? Anybody from the table have anything? Public portion?
But I'll bring it tomorrow.